It's 2025, and Nigeria is marking 65 years of independence. When you fly into this country, you can feel its energy from the moment you step off the plane. It's a place of incredible scale. People call it the Giant of Africa, and that's not just a catchy nickname. It's a reality you can see and feel everywhere. With a population pushing past 230 million people, Nigeria is the most populous country on the continent and the sixth largest in the world. 1 in every 5 Africans is Nigerian. This sheer number of people creates a constant buzz, a powerful human current that flows through its cities and villages, shaping everything from its markets to its politics. This massive population isn't just a number, it's the engine of the nation. It represents a huge market, a vast pool of talent, and an undeniable cultural force that echoes across the globe. From the beats of Afrobeats topping charts in London and New York, to the vibrant patterns of Nigerian fashion seen on catwalks in Paris, the country's influence is undeniable. This is a nation of entrepreneurs, artists, and innovators. The energy is raw, and the ambition is palpable. Everyone seems to be hustling, striving for something more, contributing to a collective drive that makes Nigeria a place of constant motion and endless possibility. Economically, Nigeria stands as a continental heavyweight. It boasts one of the largest economies in Africa, a massive engine powered by more than just its famous oil reserves. While oil and gas have long been the backbone, a new story is unfolding. A dynamic tech scene is booming in cities like Lagos, and the creative industries, especially Nollywood, have become a global phenomenon. Recent data shows a GDP that reflects this complex picture, with growth in sectors like telecommunications. Nigeria's journey since gaining independence from Britain on October 1, 1960, has been anything but smooth. The early years were filled with hope and optimism, but the dream of a stable, unified nation quickly faced harsh realities. The country's immense ethnic diversity, which is a source of cultural strength, and regional diversity, which also became a source of political tension. The struggle for power and resources between different groups led to a series of political crises, coups, and counter-coups. This history is crucial to understanding the Nigeria of today. It's a story of resilience forged in fire, a constant struggle to hold a complex nation together. The defining event of this early period was the Nigerian Civil War, which raged from 1967 to 1970. It was a brutal conflict that left deep scars on the national psyche, with millions of lives lost. Moving past it required an immense effort of reconciliation. The period that followed was dominated by military rule. The turning point came in 1999, when the country finally transitioned back to democratic civilian rule. If you want to understand Nigeria's future, you have to come to Lagos. This megacity is more than just the country's commercial capital. It's the epicenter of its ambition, it's the epicenter of its creativity, it's the epicenter of its contradictions. With a population estimated at over 20 million people, Lagos is a sprawling, chaotic, and relentlessly energetic metropolis. It's a magnet for dreamers from all over Nigeria and West Africa who come here seeking opportunity. The city's famous motto, Eko o Nibahe, which means Lagos will not spoil, captures the defiant optimism of its people. It's a promise of resilience in the face of incredible pressure. Life in Lagos is a study in contrasts. Gleaming skyscrapers and luxury apartments on Victoria Island. Sprawling informal settlements where millions live in challenging conditions. The traffic is legendary. The infamous go-slows can lock down the city for hours. Yet, amidst this chaos, Lagos functions. It's home to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the headquarters of multinational corporations, and a thriving port that serves as a gateway to the region. Lagos is Nigeria in microcosm. Challenging, chaotic, but brimming with unstoppable energy and hope. If Lagos is Nigeria's chaotic beating heart, then Abuja is its calm, deliberate mind. Abuja was a purpose-built city. It was created in the 1980s to serve as the new federal capital, a move designed to shift the center of power away from the coast and into the geographic heart of the country. The decision was deeply symbolic. The idea was to create a neutral space, a city that belonged to no single ethnic group, where all Nigerians could feel at home. The city is defined by its wide, well-paved roads, its master-planned layout, and its impressive modern architecture. The skyline is dominated by key national landmarks: the Grand Presidential Complex, the National Assembly, the Supreme Court. Dominating the landscape is Aso Rock, showing the National Mosque and the National Christian Center together as a statement of religious tolerance. The city is organized into districts, with clear zones for government, business, and residential living. Some see it as an artificial bubble, disconnected from realities. Yet, the city continues to grow, attracting Nigerians from all walks of life. At 65, Nigeria is a tale of two capitals, Lagos and Abuja. While cities like Lagos and Abuja often dominate the headlines, the true soul of Nigeria is found in its vast and varied countryside. The rural-urban divide is one of the most significant features of the nation. Away from the concrete jungles, life moves at a different pace, dictated by the seasons and the land. Agriculture remains the backbone of the rural economy. Millions of families depend on small-scale farming, cultivating crops like yams, cassava, cocoa, groundnuts. This is where Nigeria's food comes from, and it's where many of its deepest traditions are kept alive. The geography of Nigeria is as diverse as its people. In the south, lush rainforests, mangrove swamps along the coast and the Niger Delta. Moving north, wide open savannas, the classic African grasslands. Further north still, the semi-arid Sahel region, bordering the Sahara Desert. Each of these zones presents unique opportunities and challenges. A farmer in the rainy south faces different issues than a cattle herder in the dry north. This diversity has shaped distinct ways of life, cultures, and even conflicts over resources like land and water. Access to reliable electricity, clean water, good roads, schools, and healthcare is often limited. This drives migration to cities, pressures urban centers, and leaves rural communities with an aging population. Yet there is beauty and resilience here. Tight-knit communities, strong traditions, and breathtaking nature. Nigeria's vast natural wealth is not just in its oil reserves, it's in its rich biodiversity, its forests, and its waterways. Nigeria has one of the highest rates of deforestation in the world, driven by logging, agriculture, and urban expansion. In the south, the Niger Delta bears decades of oil spills and gas flaring, poisoning land, water, and air, decimating mangroves and livelihoods. The struggle for environmental justice highlights the hard trade-offs between fossil fuel growth and community well-being. It's a wound on the nation's conscience. Desertification creeps south, threatening farms and water, fueling conflicts in the Middle Belt. In the south, sea level rise and flooding menace Lagos. Extreme weather is disrupting agriculture and lives. A growing environmental movement is responding. Reforestation, cleanups, and renewable energy, alongside national climate commitments. Balancing economic growth with environmental protection is among Nigeria's most critical tasks in the decades ahead. Nigeria's economy is a complex beast, immense potential wrestling with deep-seated problems. For decades, the narrative was simple: oil. Petroleum exports fueled budgets, built Abuja, and funded programs. But price shocks exposed vulnerability. Boom and bust cycles hindered long-term planning. Now, diversification is underway. Tech has exploded, Silicon Lagoon, with fintech attracting global investment for payments, banking, and credit. Alongside tech, Nollywood and music thrive as exports. Despite progress, inflation erodes purchasing power. Basics like food and transport strain household budgets. Youth unemployment is massive, fueling frustration and the Japa trend of emigration. Growth alongside poverty, billionaires and a rising middle class, yet many remain in poverty. Inequality is stark. Wealth from oil and new industries hasn't been evenly shared. Infrastructure gaps, unreliable power and poor roads, hamper business and daily life. At 65, the challenge is clear: build an economy where growth benefits everyone, not just a select few. As Nigeria reflects on 65 years of independence, its path forward is as complex and challenging as its past. Insecurity remains urgent: insurgency in the northeast, displacement, and a humanitarian crisis that strains resources. Elsewhere, banditry and kidnappings threaten travel. farmer-herder conflicts inflame the Middle Belt. Tackling this is priority one. No development without safety. Yet it's impossible to be pessimistic. Nigeria's greatest asset is its people, resilient, entrepreneurial, optimistic. The youth are connected, creative, demanding better, the most powerful force for change today. The road ahead is peril and promise. Confront corruption, insecurity, and inequality. Build an inclusive economy, heal divisions, strengthen democracy. At 65, Nigeria has weathered storms and keeps striving. The giant is awake, and while it may stumble, its gaze is fixed on the horizon, believing its brightest days are yet to come.